friend. Welcome back to Empower Her After Divorce, where I'm dedicated to walking alongside you as you rebuild and reimagine yourself after divorce. Today, we're looking at how anger affects us moving forward after divorce and how our subconscious mind can play a role in that. As you know, our subconscious mind is programmed from birth to the end of our lives based on the experiences and different situations that we encounter can affect how we see and perceive the world. So when we go through a divorce, it can also affect how we see things and how we interact with the world after the divorce. Many times, a lot of us get very angry that our life did not turn out the way we had planned it. So when we're angry, it can hinder our growth and us being able to move forward. But if we look at anger as a tool to identify what we're really thinking in the background, anger can be a major benefit to us being able to uncover some of these beliefs. So if we can look at anger as a tool, or at least a clue to how we're thinking, then we can use it to our benefit. Let's look at some tools that we can use to express our anger in a healthy way so that we can start to uncover some of the beliefs that are running in the background, keeping us from releasing that anger and moving forward with confidence and power and a sense of new beginning. So if we take the moment to journal, journaling is a powerful tool to uncover beliefs, express ourselves, release any emotions or thought patterns that can keep us stuck. Journaling can truly be a life-changing tool if you use it and let it be your outlet for all the things that are going on inside your heart and head. So after my divorce, I found myself struggling to find a way to express all of the things that was going on in my heart. So when I had gone to therapy, the therapist had mentioned that journaling can be a powerful tool. When I first started using journaling as a tool to process all my feelings and express myself, it made me think of me as like a 13-year-old little girl using a diary to write out my thoughts and feelings. But then the more I looked at it as an adult, I was able to see it as not just a diary of my daily activities or my daily tasks, but more as an opportunity for me to express those deep inner feelings that I would never express to another human. Even in therapy, I struggled with trying to express the feelings that I was having. I never really could find my voice to really express all of the hurt, anger, regret, any of the other feelings that I really never could identify. Because honestly, sometimes growing up, we're taught that feelings are not necessarily safe to express. Whether that's through an experience when you were little and you were crying because you were sad or upset and your parents told you, don't be crying or I'll give you something to cry about. Or if you were a teenager and you got hurt and you were crying and your parent might have said something like, oh, you're fine, get over it. So as those times go on and your subconscious mind starts to associate the expression of your feelings as not safe, and then your voice kind of gets stifled and you're not able to really express those feelings freely. I don't know if you've experienced that, but if you have, then you can relate to this. So over time, you become kind of shut down and not able to truly express what emotions that you're having, let alone have an understanding of the fact that there's thoughts in the background running to create those emotions, whether that's thoughts of I'm not worthy of this love, or thoughts that this shouldn't have happened and life is unfair. Any of those thoughts that can create the anger or resentment or hurt in our lives. So when we can start to journal and truly let ourselves express what we're thinking and feeling in the moment and feel free to do so without letting that fear of expression overwhelm us, we can start to release some of the emotions and thoughts onto the page and feel this sense of being heard in a new way. I know that's how it was for me, and I hope it would be that way for you too. Feeling like you were able to see yourself in the situation, understand what you were truly trying to express, and feeling supported, even if it was just yourself supporting you. When we journal, we not only help our brain disconnect from our past experiences and put them on the page so that we can release those, we're also able to give ourselves the emotional support and encouragement that we need. Sometimes a lot of therapists have us do an exercise. I'm not a therapist, I'm a coach, so don't take this as any kind of medical advice or anything. But a lot of therapists will have you write a letter to yourself, maybe your younger self, and express support and love and care for that person at a younger age. And I did that exercise, and it's really powerful. So you might try that sometime. Write a letter to your younger self, maybe even the beginning of your marriage, or even as you were going through the most challenging times, as a person kind of being able to step outside of the situation more, and write yourself a letter of support, a letter of encouragement, a letter that you wish someone had have wrote you to give you that sense of love and care and understanding in a time that is very difficult. That can be beneficial as well. The other thing is about anger is a lot of times we're taught that anger is something that's bad, and to express anger is really not acceptable. But anger doesn't have to be something that's bad. Anger can be a way for our bodies, our minds, and our souls to truly express our disappointment, our regret, our way of saying that this is hard and I don't like it. So when we can give ourselves permission to be a little bit angry, I'm not talking about an unhealthy way of like lashing out at others or taking revenge or anything like that. I'm just talking about being able to express our sense of injustice or our sense of no one understanding where we're at. And when we can do that and then go back to the journal and see what thoughts we were having at the moment and really start to identify some of the thoughts that were creating the most pain for us, we can truly go back and use an amazing exercise to identify the thought and question it. Is this thought really true? Does this thought help me, or hinder me? And if the thought is hindering you from moving forward or having a sense of peace in your heart, then we need to write that thought down and question it. Take time to really evaluate. Is this thought true 100% of the time for 100% of the people? And see, is it really true? This helps our brain start to release that belief and help give us a sense of relief from knowing that that thought may not even be true. It helps us move forward. It helps us feel a sense of peace and contentment in our lives at times. But allowing yourself to express the anger, write it on the page. You can even take a pen and scribble it like an angry write. And then if you feel like it, after you've written it out, maybe not in your special journal, but on another sheet of paper, write it all out and then scratch it out or rip it up. You can express it and release it through the ripping up. As well as sometimes people like to take it and crumple it and maybe even burn it to say that does not have to be in me anymore. When we give ourselves that permission to express what we're feeling, whether it's through journaling or prayer or conversations with people that support and care for us, verbally expressing those things can truly give us a sense of support. And I hope that's something that helps you in this time, as well as visualizing what you would like to have in your life can take some of the anger out of your heart. Because when you let go of the anger and start filling yourself with gratitude and joy and excitement for the next chapter, it starts to give yourself a sense of, I don't have to be angry anymore because I have this beautiful vision of what I'd love to have in my life. And when you can start to help your mind see that the anger is not serving me and that I can have a vision for what I want now, then the anger doesn't get to be there anymore. It doesn't have to stay because you don't need it. Sometimes anger is there to help us because we need it to show us the beliefs that are running in the background. We need it to be able to express ourselves and be able to release the emotions that are pent up inside of us and know that it's okay for us to feel angry in the beginning because this is hard. We don't think it was supposed to be this way. We can start to release the anger and we can start to envision what your next chapter could be. Your next chapter could be a life full of doing the things you enjoy, spending time and connecting with the loved ones that you enjoy taking time with. It can be connecting with yourself on a deeper level. Some of the things that you may have forgot that you enjoyed. It could be finding a new mission that you want to pour your heart and soul into. It could be allowing yourself to dream about what you want this next half of your life to look like. I'm not saying it's going to be easy to just scribble on a piece of paper and all the anger is going to just disappear, because there's going to be times that you see or hear or smell things that trigger the anger in your heart. But when you do have that time come up, you're going to have this tool to express yourself and then start to imagine what's possible. I hope this has been helpful, and I look forward to seeing you next week. Sending you so much love. Debbie Forth Wigley. Bye for now.